cosplay world, welcome back to the third part in a 6-part series on Taki's armor from Soul Calibur. If you're interested in seeing the full version, the all 6 videos, check out finalcosplaycore.com and how to gain access to the armory and all the awesome videos that you get for being a member. If you're a member, awesome, thank you for supporting us, and it allows us to make these things awesome. Rah, rah. Anyway, let's get to making the cosplay. As you may have seen in previous videos, we have already cut these pieces out with the hot knife and the probably a box cutter too, and we have drilled several holes that we're going to be lacing the rope through. Rah, yeah, for the sandal. Now, I'm heating these up with the heat gun, and I'd like to take a second to point out that we're making a kind of, I'm going to say, quote-unquote, complex curve. It is bent in one direction in a parabola, and then towards the top of the foot, we've bent that edge up. This is not only for comfort, but because it's not just a cylinder shape, a flat cylinder shape, it makes for a more interesting, complex shape. The same thing is true for the tip of the shoe. We've bent that up. It makes it more interesting as a piece, and also that pointy tip is less likely to dig into our foot as we walk around. Now, it should be more comfortable with the Warble as a trim, and that's awesome because sometimes these heavier plastics have rigid or sharp edges, and the one thing I really like is when my shoes are comfortable. So, as usual, we have done the Warbler trim up in brown, and we're adding a bit of gold paint to it, and we have primed the armor in black. All the armor was pretty much done the same way, so sorry, this is the same footage, but I think, yeah, you can see one of the foot armor bits right there in the background. One trick with PVC foam sheeting is it has a better paint job, or the paint doesn't scratch off as easily if you sand it. It is a smooth surface, so if you give it a little bit of time with a sanding sponge, it'll take better to priming and painting. Not too much, obviously, you don't want to mar the surface. This is not as big of a deal with, say, Warble or Wonderflex. They have a good surface and it should be fine. So, we are going to go in with our purple and our gold once we are done priming, and those are done up in the same exact way. Alright, now to the actual shoe section. Woo! And to make this a bit easier here, we have started with a pair of sandals. These are pretty cheap sandals, just a few bucks, but they're going to save us a bit of time. And even though I believe Taki's sandals are made of straw, that's more authentic, again, I do prefer to just be comfortable walking around the convention. So we're going to be taking those plastic straps out. They're not going to be needed. Let's move forward and replace them with the rope, with the purple rope. I am totally using the wrong word for it. I'm sure someone in the comments is going, it's called twine or something. Anyway, to make it look like grass or what I called it, to make it look like the organic substitute, we're going to be sanding and rounding the edges. We're also going to try to take the texture off as best we can, and we're going to be using the planer to take the texture off, and the saw to give it these patterned edge. We're not interested in cutting completely across the foam piece. If we were to do that, it would probably weaken the structure of the sandal pretty severely, and we're obviously not trying to cut very deep. It's just for effect. When you walk around, your foot's going to be covering it, so just cutting an inch and a half into the shoe with the saw will do just fine. Now, as you can see, we have been painting the sandals with brown acrylic paint. Now, if I were to redo this again, I think I would stain it. The way to stain EVA foam mats, and this is a similar, it's not probably chemically exact foam mat as craft foam or fatigue mats for workshops, but it's similar. And a good way to dye them is with acetone and a Sharpie marker. It'll be at least stronger than this acrylic paint. This acrylic paint probably wears off relatively easily. But we are able to get it into the cracks, and it'll hold the paint in the texture that we sanded on with the planer reasonably well. But if I wanted to do a better job, I would crack open a Sharpie and take the core out, cut the core into bits, and get the ink into the acetone. Or is it 100% or 90% alcohol too? And then put that stain onto the shoe stain. Leather stain? Would leather stain work? I've never tried leather stain on EVA foam. Yeah, that's worth at least looking at. We lace it up as best we can. The toe actually had like 3 lines through just because of the pattern on the shoe, but that is how it was made. I hope you guys enjoy. Next time around, we're going to be working on the legs, the leg and knee section of the armor, and that is going to be in the armory. Thanks for watching. Good times to all. Hurrah! We will be continuing this over on finalcosmiccore.com. The link to it is in the description.